We're going to write a program for, I don't know, Southwest unit for video 3. Let's go here. So Southwest airline. It's not just Southwest. Southwest actually doesn't charge you. Let's say American airline for your suit. American airline. If you traveled and you have a big suitcase, you notice the first thing they do is actually take the suitcase and put it on a scale. Why? All airlines says the suitcase has to have a weight. The weight has to be less than or equal to 50 pounds. If it's more than 50, you have to pay extra money on that. Also, the other thing they do, if they notice the suitcase is really big, they take the length of the suitcase, add to it the width, they measure the length, the width, plus the height. And when you add them, they have to be less than or equal to 108 inches. I like this, less than or equal. So just a reminder, that's how you write less than or equal. 50 pounds. And this is 88. So if either one of them, if you exceed this or you exceed that, there's a penalty for that. Usually the additional charge is about 50 bucks. So they make sure like you don't carry extra stuff. They want to make their money. Okay, so let's begin. So that's really a compound condition. As long as one of these condition. Well, in C++ we can use an OR statement. So an OR. Let's do this. OR statement. And for OR, we write these two lines going straight up in the air. For that statement to be true, only one condition needs to be true. An AND statement, we use this symbol for AND. These two. True, that'll be a true if both conditions are true. So they both have to be true for that to be true. And we also have something called the NOT statement, which is this one. That's if it's true, it becomes not true, which is false. If it's false, not false, that's true. So let's begin here. Again, we're going to be dealing with money, pound include. I/O manipulation using a namespace std. Let's define the variables. Double dimension. Double dimension. What else? Weight. And maybe we'll say charges. Called additional charges. Additional charges. Again, the usual. Cout, fixed, show point, set precision to 2. Doesn't have to be 2, but for money is always 2. So let's get the suitcase dimensions. C out. Oh, no uppercase. C out. Double. There we go. C out. Enter. Suitcase dimensions. When I say dimensions, let's be specific so they'll know what dimension. So I'm going to put in parentheses length plus width plus height. So add them. When you add them, what do you have? Let me put colon here, space. And now I'm going to read that. So to read it, I'll go dimensions, or dimension, I think I called it, in the variable. Yeah, dimension. And, oh, let me use CN here. CN dimension. And to get a space, C out and L. Let me repeat the same thing, and now for the weight. Copy. Enter suitcase weight. I don't need to. And let's get the weight. Let's read it. And go to the next line. So, forgot to put a semicolon here. Okay. I forgot a semicolon here too. Okay. So this will get the weight and the dimension of the suitcase. Now here's my if statement. I got to check both. If, and I'm a big fan of parentheses, so I'll use 2 set of parentheses. If dimension, okay, if the dimension is greater than 108, that's the first condition, or dimension, weight, I'm sorry, not dimension, weight is greater than, we said 50, I think, for that one. So that's my compound condition. I get this one and I have this one. So if either one of them is true, you're going to be charged over. They don't charge you 50 and 50 for each one. Additional charges. I call additional charges. Yep. Equals 50. That's the additional charge. If any one of these or both are true, that's what's going to happen. They'll charge you $50. And let's let the person know. Additional, let's see if I call that spelling, additional. Oh, space. Additional charges. Okay, C out. And now we're going to just let them know additional charges. $sign. Additional charges, print the value now, and go to the next line. If you want to be on the safe side, you can set additional charges to begin with that, just to make sure, to 0. There is no additional charges when you start the program. You only modify that if this condition is true. If one of these is true, it's going to do that. If it's false, it's not going to do it. So I want to make sure I set it equal to 0, so we'll say no additional charges here. Additional charge will be 0. So let me save this one. And let me run it. And let's say the dimensions were 50, which is under that, and the weight was 30. There's no additional charge for that. 0. Run the program. What about if this was 50, but it was really heavy? It was 60. Now there'd be an additional charge of $50 because it's too heavy. Run. The suitcase was really massive, like 200, but it was full of styrofoam cups. It doesn't weigh that much, 30 pounds. You're still going to charge 50. Run it. And if they both, the suitcase was 110 and it weighed 60 pounds, you're still going to charge 50. We're not charging you 50 for each one. And the program did what it's supposed to do. So that's how you handle compound statement. If they only charge you if both are true, then you put and here. But in this case,